aggressive deck. Ruby Splash Wild aggressive deck. It has some really explosive draws, so it's generally fun to play. Will get me to 6 a lot quicker. Sure, that ramps. Oh, huh. I see what you're saying. Huh. I don't know. Maybe that's fine. It's just like so. Okay, so wait. I guess here's the way to phrase it. Adaptable Infusion Device, it doesn't actually count as a resource in your deck. By cutting the adaptable infusion devices for the regular infusion devices, you're basically adding more resources to the deck. We'd be effectively playing 32 shards then. Ugh. This is an extinction deck. Extinction decks are scary. One shard, easy mulligan. So they're dead, Penta, is what you're saying. I hope they have enough life that they're not dead, just so you get to enjoy yourself. So Ashwood Soloist is a 1/1 for 1 that when it attacks, it gives you a temporary resource, so it's kind of an aggressive accelerant. Chlorophilia. Opponent's playing Uzu Cannon. Interesting. Haven't seen that for a while. Stingshot Sniper is pretty good, so we'll go ahead and we'll attack with Soloist here. I'm going to go ahead and play Stingshot Sniper out. So Stingshot Sniper is a 2/2 with Flight and Empower, and whenever this attacks, it deals damage equal to its power to one random opposing champion or troop. Ugh, that's gross. I forgot they have Klux in their main. Well, now I'm glad I played this since it can fly over that. And it dealt 2 damage to that, which is unfortunate because we don't have anything to finish it off. And we'll play this Visage of the Masquerade. This is a 2/2 with speed that whenever we play a card that costs 5 or more, it copies itself. It's funny, both of our decks are kind of a blast from the past. Feral Acorn. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with Stingshot Sniper here. And then we'll play this Feral Acorn out for a Wild Threshold. And then hopefully our opponent doesn't have a Crocosaur. They do play 4 of them in this deck usually, though. So our prospects are not looking good. So Pyretic Performer is a 3/1 that when it comes into play, it creates a Scorch, which is a 0 resource card that deals 1 damage to something. I don't usually play with Alter Art cards. The only Alter Art card I play with on the regular is Whirling Brutalizer, because I think the regular Whirling Brutalizer looks really awful. But in particular, I really don't differentiate. Yeah, but you don't always have Pact of Pain. Again, you are making deck building decisions to maximize optimal situations. The correct way to build decks is to minimize what's going to happen to you poorly when you're in a poor situation. It looks like we're just pretty dead this game. I think I'm just going to concede. We're playing a low to the ground aggressive deck, and we mulliganed and stumbled, and opponent was on the play, so I don't think we have anything good coming out of that one for ourselves. Crushing Blow's pretty good because it allows us to crunch through his nerds. Burn's pretty medium. I guess they have Howling Brave. Crackling Bolt's probably not great. It's nice that it gives us thresholds, though. Ember Spire, which is fine. Actually, I'm going to cut the Ashwood Soloist because he has Cluckodons in his main. I don't want him to be able to kill our guy on top of gaining some life. So Ember Spire, which seems fine. An extra copy of Pheromone seems fine. These Periwinkles to help us go over the top of our opponent seem fine. And you just keep a couple Crackling Bolts in his reach and a way to accelerate to my champion ability. Yeah, let's do that. Nature Reigns for Sage. Maybe that seems a little bit narrow. We don't want to turn into a complete control deck. We do still want to keep our more aggressive elements. We definitely have to be the beatdown. Couple of Visage of the Masquerade, Emberleaf Invoker. This card's sweet. This is another card that I haven't played before. So this gets -1 cost in our hand for every damage we've dealt to our opponent in a turn. So it's pretty powerful. And even though this cost gets reduced, it still counts as something that costs 5 or more for the purposes of copying our Visage of the Masquerades. Which is nice. So we'll play this Feral Acorn out. And this Acorn is an Elf Shard, so it gives us Ruby, Wild, or 3 life, depending on what we need. We need Ruby Threshold currently, so we're going to go ahead and do that. This is one of my favorite cards in set 4, and I really wish there was a sweet deck to break it in, but I haven't found a good one. Yeah, I mean, like, we had a pretty cold streak of variance today, right? Like we had multiple games where like we just like kept missing our 4th shard. Like that's not realistic. Like in our deck that has effectively 29 resources in it. Like it's just not. I don't know what else to say. So we have a couple different decisions here. We're definitely playing this out for Wild since we don't have one of those yet. As much as good as 3 life would be. I think I want to play the Sting Shot Sniper out this turn just to be most resource efficient. If I play this Visage of the Masquerade, I could Crushing Blow up, but then that's only 6 damage, so I still can't play this. So yeah, I think I just crunch with this. It's possible I want to play this Voice of the Ashwood out, because this card has Rage 1, and whenever it deals damage to our opponent, we get a resource for every damage dealt. But this is much better if our opponent has a Cluckadon on 3, which they could likely have. Wrathwood Master Moss. This is a 5/5. Another Visage. So what am I doing here? I think I'm playing this out and hoping he doesn't have a Crocosaur. I'm just going to hit him with the Sting Shot Sniper. If he has a Croc, we're probably dead. Just eat 2 of our guys. I guess he has to have Shard Croc, technically. If we get a resource, it's pretty good. So our champion that we haven't actually used it for 4 charges. Target troop we control, and all troops in all zones that share a trait with it get +1 power permanently. So if we target an elf, all the elves in play, in our hand, and in our deck all gain plus a permanent power. Alright, so this can... We'll see what kind of threshold it is. Probably a Sapphire to exhaust this and not let it unexhaust. Yep. Yep. So this, whenever he gains a threshold, it does something different. So that should mean he doesn't have a Croc. So I can double Crushing Blow this nerd. That doesn't seem particularly good. I'm just going to play this out and pass. Hopefully next turn we hit a shard that makes a temporary resource, and then we can crunch with everything, and including this, and double Crushing Blow something. And again, still hoping to fade a Croc while doing all of this. So when he gains a Wild Threshold, this gets to power something up. Are you getting another Sapphire? Yep. Tap this down again. Yep. Hopefully he attacks with this. Really like that to happen so we can Masquerade and then double Crushing Blow. Oh. That... Maybe he didn't know what he was getting, because like if he would have just made double Ruby there, he would have just like wrathed our board and there was just like 0 chance we could win. But now there's a chance. Hit me with this. Hit me with this. Hit me! Hit me with both of them. Oh, yeah! Ah, yeah, no blocks. 8. Yep, shard, shard, shard! Yeah! Alright, so we get to go a little bit nuts at least here. That's exciting. Alright, so this is only 9. Don't really need to do more here. We could die next turn. We could die, but it was fun. So each of these Visages of the Masquerade copied themselves. Or created a new version of themselves. Create one. If they were copies, they would have the plus power. If Heatwave in his board? We're not dead to Heatwave, but we're mostly dead. Croco, sure. He should still be dead, right? He just like crunch 2 of my nerds. And then between these crushing blows, we should be able to kill him. Ideally, I'd like to get out of this without showing him crushing blow. You are you dead on board? You can go block, 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 and then you're dead on board? Yeah, dead on board. Okay. Rawr. You can block 3 of them and then still take 10. And just make sure he's dead before I pass priority here. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, damage. What's Gemini? I kind of, seeing how that played out, I kind of want another Pheromones in my deck. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut a Crackling Bolt. Put another Pheromones in for the board souls like that. I guess why Pheromones is great in like these wild mirrors. You're just like, Pheromones, one of my dorks. All your guys have to block mine, and then kind of go insane. Someone pull up the card text. I'm not familiar with all the cards in set 5 yet. Tan seems fine. Double Visage, Ember Spire, which to prevent some life gain. That's an interesting card. Alright, so if he plays Chlorophilia here, we want to play Ember Spire Witch so the Cluckodon can't gain him life. Yeah, they always have it. Ah! So, we're playing Ember Spire Witch. So he can't gain life off a Cluckodon if he has it on 3. Wellspring, sure. So he's gone super, super high up here. What am I doing? I got a lot of choices here. I think Visage, Hold, Burn in the event of Crocosaur is the line here. We're going to get 3 for 1 on the Crocosaur if he has it, but at least then it's not on the board anymore. Big bucks, no whammy. Big bucks, no whammy. Big bucks, no whammy. No whammy. Yay, just a Wellspring. Sweet. We get to crunch him for a lot this turn. Hopefully he just has ramp deck problems and floods out a little bit here. That would be ideal. So let's play this. Get our Wild Threshold. And again, I'm just going to hold Burn in the event of Crocosaur. Play this other Visage. Crunch for 8. Alright, can't really play around Mass Poly Dingler. I'm surprised he brought that in against us. I guess we killed him with a swarm of nerds. So Mass Poly Dingler turns every troop we have in our hand and in play into a 0-1. Opponent's playing Uzu Cannon. I wrote about it forever ago on Hextcg. Said it's a deck that's kind of fallen out of favor because it's kind of clunky and not efficient. Should have held our power, right? Alright, well, we'll just play Pyretic Performer out here. Gives us a Scorch in our hand. And it has 4 power because, again, every... forgot to send a message. Misplay. Opponent doesn't have a threat here. They're technically dead. We can Crushing Blow this for 6, and this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I honestly wasn't expecting him to have, I wasn't expecting him to have that in his deck post-board against me. Alright, so this is what my opponent's deck is doing. This gives Spell Shield and damage, which are the 2 most busted gems. And this now has Spell Shield and direct damage, and when it deals damage to me, he draws a card. Yeah, so he's going to draw a card right away. And we'll see. Maybe he doesn't block. I mean, he saw our hand, so he should know he has to block. Both of his troops are very good. Does he have a burn? Oh, if he has a burn, I've already attacked and I have a Crushing Blow. I think I'm supposed to Crushing Blow for damages here. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to. If he has burn, this is bad for us. God, how good would it have been if we drew another Crushing Blow there? I think I'm just passing the turn. We're likely very dead. If he has another troop, we're very dead. If he doesn't have another troop, I'm kind of surprised he didn't... Oh, I guess this wouldn't trade with it because of Crushing Blow. That's fair. The Elder Dreamer drawing cards would be a good way to get more action. Not having Crackling Bolts in our deck feels kind of bad. We can champion power the Dinglers. I don't know if it's a very good plan, but it's definitely something that can happen. There's no upside to playing the shard. I'll never hold 2 shards in my hand, but holding 1 shard is fine to conceal information from our opponent. Do I have 1? I think I cut them. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. This comes into play, it deals damage to us equal to its power twice, so we take 4 off of this, and then any other troop's going to be lethal here, essentially, because it'll trigger off both of these. So, opponent is bricking, though, so we've got that going for us. And we can't play this Dingler out of our hand because it requires a Sapphire Threshold. So we both bricked quite a bit here. I'm going to throw this Dingler away, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I guess we're just dead if I would say it plays around Crocosaur if we draw a troop that we want, but we're just dead if he has a Croc, so it doesn't matter. Just like, thanks for the slow roll BMs, I guess. Like dead deer. We're dead to that, I understand. Alright, we'll play one more, and if we lose another one, we'll just call it a day. Got up to silver 1 to gold 1. It's not bad for 3 hours. I should have started with this deck so that way we would play it against people with worse decks. Is this keepable on the play? Maybe. Probably not. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this. Yeah, sounds fine. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's hanging out watching this morning, afternoon, or night, wherever time it is, wherever you're at in the world. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, so thanks for choosing to spend part of your afternoon here with us. If you also play Magic the Gathering, we stream Magic on this channel occasionally too. Actually tonight, or do we stream live paper Magic, because Magic Online is trash, as you probably know if you're a Magic player. If you're enjoying the content and it's your first time by, I'd encourage you to use the follow or sub buttons below the stream to show that support. I really appreciate either of those buttons, both if you're feeling very generous. Can we just not get braved one time? One time, dealer! Alright, I think I'm just playing the Voice of the Ashwood here. If he's got Hierophant, he's got Hierophant. I'm just gonna try and race him, I think. Maybe it's a Lanupusite? Maybe it's a Lanupusite? I can dream, right? Never a Lanupusite. At least we're on the play. We've got that going for us. Couldn't even hit a second shard. Third shard. We're supposed to crunch with both of these. Yeah, I'll just play Soloist. He's probably going to be able to make it fly anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think he's trading with either of our dorks. Yep, take your 4, give us our resource. So when this hits our opponent, we get 2 resources. So I'll play the Soloist out. Maybe opponent won't have a follow-up play to this Ruiner Hierophant. That would be nice. Then we can Crackling Bolt down the Rhino and then crunch with our nerds and deploy our Sting Shot Sniper. The rabbit is blasting off. Alright, sweet. No follow-up. That's good for us. Let's play Crackling Bolt. It's actually kind of awkward. We really don't want him to counter magic this. That's so good for him. Because that would have let us activate our champion power on top of everything else. Yeah, if he didn't have counter magic there, so he had turn 2 Hierophant into turn 3 counter magic. Probably just can't win now. I guess we could draw a Pheromones and have a chance here. Probably not still. You know, crack us? Sure. Man, I have not missed playing against Blastforge. Even if we're playing Cosmic Dragons, the Dragons deck doesn't have a good matchup against Blastforge either. Just like they have Hierophant with counter magic to back it up, and you just like can't win. So bring in Pheromones and these Lullabies and cut these Ashwood Soloists, and then I think that's all I'm going to do. Let's save and hope for the best. I guess Periwinkle's not terrible. They don't have a ton of removal. Sure, I can kill that one, or burn it, or whatever. Crackling Bolt at the turn it comes in. That's fine. It's very, very different than what we have now. Card's super fair when people can actually interact with it. Yeah, that deck's very good against Blastforge deck. And again, just kind of awkward here. Don't have we have Pheromones that's kind of okay. We don't have a 2-drop. Again, this hand needs to draw shards, but it's probably better than going to 5. There's not just the Blastforge deck, and especially being the latter, being fresh, I'd much rather be playing the Blastforge deck than trying to metagame a deck that beats the Blastforge deck, because we're going to run into a lot of random chafe like we have been on the ladder, like Uzu Cannon. That's just like, you're not always going to have your control deck have good matchups against random chafe. Yeah, I'd probably sooner play the Blastforge deck than like try and play something that's strictly metagame against it. Well, that means it's better than missing a shard drop, but it does not play either of our double Ruby Threshold cards. There's actually only 2 wild shards in the deck, and we just drew one of them. Again, better than missing, though, I suppose. Opponent's hand is very bad, it looks like. It's a shame we mulliganed. Our hand last game would have just, like, completely crushed him. Probably just has Rabbit on 3, so it doesn't matter. Every time. Alright, I got that going for us. Let's play Visage and Crunch. Visage hits our opponent. We're going to get to put Maw of the Hunt into play for free, so we're not just dead. So when Maw of the Hunt, whenever an elf deals damage to our opponent, if we have a wild threshold, we can put it into play for free, and it still counts as playing a 5-drop, so it copies our Visage of the Masquerade. This is a fun little combo. So gets to fight my Visage down, but we still have a Maw of the Hunt here. Can't really attack in. Would not mind hitting a shard next turn, so we can go Pyretic Performer, Champion Power, Pheromones. Alrighty, so that makes all troops our opponent control have to block our Maw of the Hunt. And we're going to crunch into this nerd here, and his rabbit has to block here. And then we're going to Crushing Blow our Maw of the Hunt to kill his rabbit. and keep our Maw of the Hunt alive. So, crunch. So, his draw proving to be a little bit more awkward than ours. Okay, let's play this out, and we actually have all the threshold requirements we could ever need or want. Double Ruby, single wild, so we're just going to go ahead and Sir Giles that dork. Crunch for 6 here, put our opponent down to 11. Play our Pyretic Performer. Why is making a dinosaur smell like hippos? Right? Can I get a flavor judge ruling on the making a dinosaur smell like hippos make a rabbit want to fight it? That is there an option here? Block. I feel like I'm getting Brown Fox Scouted here, but Crushing Blow is probably fine for that. We get double Brown Fox Scouted, what happens? Please, just single Brown Fox Scout. Okay. This still can't block anything, so he's taking 6 here in these trade. Yeah, that seems fine. I probably missed lethal there, right? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I could have Crushing Blown and then used the 2 of these. That's fine. We still have 5 points of damage here in our hand. Although I suppose if he goes Sapphire Threshold, jump my rabbit, have counter magic up. Pretty content with how we boarded. Just go ahead and save. Gas trolling some people might be fun too. I haven't trolled with that deck in a while in the most literal sense. It's 4 o'clock. I want to take a nap before we stream tonight. This will probably be the last match. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's been hanging out here today. I'll be back on Tuesday next week for sure. Might stream tomorrow a little bit. I don't think I have anything going on. Let me look at my calendar. I kind of want to work my way up the ladder. Yeah, I don't have anything tomorrow afternoon. So might do a bonus Friday stream. There are not a lot of transmographies in the format right now, which is great. This hand's a little shard heavy, but I think it's fine. Opponent mulligans. Yeah, I'm going to give this a try. Get to guaranteed use our champion ability on 4 for a change. We've been missing our 3rd shard drop a lot. It's a little awkward that we want a Visage on 2 so we can't Savagery on 1. I guess that's not strictly true, right? Maybe I want a Voice of the Ashwood on 2. Yeah, okay, let's see what we draw. But I think, yeah, I'm actually going to, No! Ah! I clicked and I didn't mean to. Sorry for anyone whose ears I just hurt. I was going to play this on Ruby to keep all of our options open since we only need single wilds. Hopefully we have enough resources total that mistake that I just made doesn't come back to bite us. Brown Fox got an instep. Yep. Main phase, whatever. Has counter magic up. No attacks. Sweet. Oh, huh. So now I have to count. So I play Visage. He's going to trade there, but then I get to Maw. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. He might also counter magic the Visage here. If he has counter magic, I'd snap it off on the Visage, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass the turn now. Do you have the Hierophant? So this card gets cheaper. So the Voice of Ashwood Emberleaf Evoker interaction is sweet because this gets cheaper when they deal damage. This makes resources when it deals damage. So this makes 2 resources towards this, which is awesome. I'm going to play this. I'm going to target Voice of the Ashwood. Do I want to Crackling Bolt this is a real question. I don't think I do. So if I Crackling Bolt this, and then hit him for 6, and then I can play both of these. Alright, yeah, I'm just going to do that. This way, in case he has another counter magic, I can still get through with Crushing Blow. Sweet. So this Crushing Blow should savage him. Unless he has exactly Transmog. I guess the way I sequence my resources here is a little awkward because, man, if he no blocks here, that would be great. It's all good, really. Anything but Transmog is good. So this comes into play. This costs 4. Just like casual infinite power on the table now. Deck does cool stuff sometimes. If we would have had a Visage of the Masquerade in play, it would have doubled, which is sweet. Alright, he's got to clock it on. That's fine. Crushing Blow is a great draw. I could attack with just these two. If I attack here, these just trade. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that trade. You just like trade, it takes 9. When I have Crushing Blow for later. He probably blocks the 6 power guy and then gets destroyed by this Crushing Blow. Nope, just like takes the safe block. That's fine. So take 9. Hey, it's very possible you're supposed to attack with both of these, but I think keeping his board in check is reasonable. Looking to dodge like Green Paw Emancipator here. So we got 9 power. He's at 13. Another Crushing Blow, Crackling Bolt, Burn, all in the game here because there's no way he's blocking. Sting Shot, Sniper, sure, that's fine. It also blocks this Runear Hierophant, which is great. We're 1 resource off of empowering this, but that's fine. Just a 3/2 flyer is good. Puts our opponent to 4. Play this. Ha! Ha! That 1/1 with the elf deck. Deck still got some legs. It's nice. No attack, sure. Scale of 1 to dead. Where are you at here, bud? I guess you could have Turbulence or Vine Lash for this. Yeah, I should probably hold that to keep him guessing, but whatever. It's probably just dead here. Especially if this triggers. This is either dealing... Yes, it's either dealing 3 damage to him or killing one of his troops. And you see the Runear died because this dealt 3 damage to it at random. Ooh, okay. Well, I'm glad we killed the Runear now. And said the words just dead and he had a lullaby. Okay. Which does, you see my troops lost their bonus power because lullaby reverts them when it happens. What does he need here? Like a Croc, and he can't play Croc because he's got double wild and dead. Sweet. All right, and look at that. Hex decided it was time to be done anyways. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'm gonna take a look here and see if anyone else is streaming to give a host to. Looks like there's someone else laddering, so I'm going to go ahead and give them a host. Thanks as always, folks. Everyone's going to be in the Open in Richmond this weekend playing Magic. I will see you there. Otherwise, I will catch y'all on Tuesday at the latest, possibly tomorrow afternoon. We'll see how the kids are behaving. Thanks for watching.